And Rick, I'd like you to maybe comment a little bit on what Nancy said also.
Yeah, we're not finished with the Parkway yet. We still have a little more time left, and but even when we complete the project, there's still a lot of maintenance, maintenance that goes on, and being able to keep up the Parkway. We're not walking away from this, so there's plenty of work to do. All right. Chairman Constantine, and members of the commission, attendees, thank you for this opportunity to give you this update. And thank you for your continued collaboration. It's quite important to us that this project is a success, and we realize that at the once we get traffic open, that it's still not over. There's still a lot more to do. So just kind of give you an idea of what we've done in the last year. We've opened up Section 6, which is in the Lake County portion. That was in May of last year. That was from basically from Sorrento to the Wekiva River. And then we carried on in August, opened up the Section 7A. And that was from the river up into Orange Boulevard. And then 7B was opened up short, right about at the same time. And that provided that connection between I-4 and the Parkway. And so what we're waiting for here is the Section 8 with this project open. We're looking at the end of the year, being able to get all the traffic movements opened and having this Parkway substantially complete. So for our landscaping update, the Bold Landscaping Initiative is taking shape along Parkway with the intent of a naturally beautiful and enjoyable transportation corridor. 77% of the plant species being installed are native, and we're using native or Florida-friendly plants where possible. Our guidelines include a mixed use of large palms and tall trees with emphasis on the use of accent species and shrubs. The contractor in Lake County has been working hard since last fall, and weather permitting, we complete by the end of the year. Since we last met, the contractor has started in Seminole County with the current focus on installing irrigation before the vegetation is installed. We anticipate the plantings to be installed in the next few months, with the completion by the end of the year. Other species that were swapped out due to availability. So there's we got 2 years after this landscaping projects that are completed to make sure that the landscaping of this vegetation does take root and is alive and surviving. Want to fill you in on the Adopt a Highway program. Litter has become a major concern along the corridor, and with a lot of community members, and with those that are here today with us. And the department shares those concerns. So litter can be unsightly, it can cause health concerns, and is a danger to wildlife within the Wekiva River protection area. In response to the community concerns about litter, FDOT has taken several steps. On areas still under construction, contractors have engaged in more frequent litter pickup. On finished sections, FDOT asset management contractors have been doing trash pickups in addition to the regular schedules. The department has been communicating with waste haulers to better secure their loads as well. It's a big challenge, and it's going to take a collaborated effort to solve. And we recently kicked off the Adopt a Highway program for the State Road 46 corridor. So participating groups who agreed to work with the department, what they'll do is they'll adopt a 2-mile section and dedicate 2 years to the program. They will remove litter at least 4 times a year and follow specified FDOT safety regulations. And what FDOT agrees to do is assist with the safety meetings and provide safety signs, vests, and litter bags. We'll pick up litter at specified locations after it's been bagged and provide safety training. Post-program signs communicating the group at the beginning and end of their session. We've been conducting all manner of outreach, including e-blasts to community members, social media and website postings, and a community meeting. Representatives attended from the transportation industry, Friends of the Wekiva River, and Wekiva River Oaks HOA. Still to come, we'll be visiting individually with businesses and organizations that might be interested in joining the anti-litter effort. If any of you are aware of a group that might be interested, please contact Mary Brooks. Another important community concern is addressing the River Oaks Circle bypass, which is currently under construction. This is at the Osprey Hammock Trail River Oaks Circle roundabout on State Road 46, just east of the Wekiva River. So reconstruction, the reason for this was due to errant vehicles taking the River Oaks Circle exit off of the roundabout rather than staying on the State Road 46 main line. So this new design has an access road east of the roundabout, see the blue ellipse on the graphic, which requires motorists to consciously change lanes to leave State Road 46 westbound main line and take the River Oaks Circle roadway. So once in the roundabout, motorists will not have an option to take the River Oaks Circle, keeping them on State Road 46 main line. So if a motorist does take the River Oaks Circle roadway by mistake, we're also including a turnaround at the Wekiva Park Drive intersection, which is circled in orange. So that area is large enough for tractor trailers to be able to turn around and get back on to the correct route. So this access route is anticipated to open this summer. And we're looking forward to resolving this significant concern from the community. So here's a rendering on the left that shows the ground level look at the approach to the bypass road and the overhead signs that will be installed to make it clear that if you want to stay on State Road 46, then you stay on that through lane, and if you're interested in taking the local road or the River Oaks Circle road, then you'll have to actually consciously take a right onto this adjacent roadway. So I can play this video for you. So this bypass lane will be signed for the local road access. So that video shows construction of the traffic separator between 46 and the bypass lane. On the right, the workers are walking down what will be the bypass lane, and the bypass will be open as early as this summer. So, as previously stated, the Wekiva Parkway Section 8 traffic movements are anticipated to be open by the end of 2023. So, on the right side of this picture is the Tight Urban Dining Interchange. It's affectionately called 2, which is at International Parkway, and the view is looking westward. So, the existing State Road 417 on and off ramps are in the middle left of the picture. So State Road 429 looking west is in the upper right. As we approach the finish line for this project, nighttime lane and ramp closures and traffic shifts to permanent alignments are occurring more frequently. Be sure you're following the project on Facebook, Twitter, or the WekivaParkway.com website for construction alerts. Earlier this month, the permanent northbound State Road 417 exit ramp to International Parkway was opened. This change moved the existing exit ramp from south of Ballantrae Apartments to the permanent alignment within that new Tiger and Diamond interchange, pointed out in the previous slide. To access the new ramp, northbound State Road 417 traffic proceeds past the I-4 eastbound exit and stays to the right to the Heathrow exit, which is exit 55C. So with the last traffic shift, construction crews quickly began demolishing the existing State Road 417 northbound exit ramp at International Parkway. And this is the next step in being able to construct the northbound State Road 429 ramp to westbound I-4. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Mary.
Thanks, Rick. All right, since we last met with you all, we have shared with you some challenge point concepts. We incorporate many of your comments into the concepts, including adding additional partners. I believe we've got them all now, Chairman. We've got to equalize, so let us know if we don't. The points would be, the department did select the river concept. The points would be 3 inches. The river concept in particular memorializes the pivotal project themes of enhancing regional mobility, environmental stewardship, as well as the Wekiva River being nationally and statewide recognized. So, and then it also, that bridge at the Wekiva River does serve as a wildlife crossing bridge, so it also wraps in that component of the protection. So, of course, the rear important features the member agency partners that have helped bring this project to reality. So many of you look at these photos, many of you were there when we officially broke ground on the project in 2013, 10 years ago. Now as the project is heading toward completion, we've turned our attention to beginning to plan for a grand opening event. We're considering some potential activities. All of them are subject to change right now. We are still garnering that DOT leadership to get around the concept of the event. But the idea is to celebrate not just the completion of the last section, but also the overall parkway. Oh, so pardon me. Just, all right. So what we're looking at is a couple of days prior to the event, what we're calling day 1. We host a media tour of Section 8 and provide staff availability for interviews to promote the coming opening. Day 2, the department is considering VIP activities that would involve our partners on behalf of the Basin Commission and many others who help make the project a reality. So we're looking at perhaps a 1 hour VIP river tour, first thing in the morning, and then that would be followed mid-morning perhaps by a ceremony at or near the interchange, depending on what areas are still having open to traffic. For day 3, we're actually looking at a public celebration, a public event for the community members in recognition of the thousands of people who have given their input and time over the years, as well as those who weathered the construction process. So these are just a few of the activities we're considering for this part of the event, which will be held in Lake County, which you see there. So once we get the DOT leadership's approval, we'll be circling. There will be a lot of details to work through. So we'll be circling back with our partners on the commission and many other stakeholders to really work together to create a memorable event to mark the completion of this legacy project. And so we'd like to thank the commission, as always, for the opportunity to provide this update on your collaboration and input and help shape the continuing success of the Parkway over the years. So we'll continue to work with you all. As Rick noted, even after the Parkway is completed, there will be lots of work still to do, lots of communication with our stakeholders, etc. We aren't going anywhere. We'll be here to work through those, anything that may come up. So we're committed to ensuring that we realize the region's vision for this unique environmentally sensitive facility that's completing Central Florida's development. So thank you very much, and we're happy to take any questions.
Thank you very much. I'm going to open it up to questions. I have a few, but I'll wait for mine. Maybe you all will ask them yourself. Go ahead, Bill.
Mary, I might have missed it, but do you know approximately when this is going
Before
to
the holidays, end of the year, we hope to have everything open. And what we'll have, we just, as Rick mentioned, open, the International Parkway ramp. We have others that will be opening in between that time. But by the end of the year, we hope to have all of those traffic movements open in the interchange.
Yes, I'll let the public ask questions. Go right ahead.
Wasn't sure, thank you.
But Tell me who you are.
I'm Catherine.
And Catherine would need to fill out the lease when you. No, don't be sorry.
Catherine Young. I live in Sorrento, and I'm interested in your day 3 where you open it up to the public. Will you be reaching out to people in the community or organizations that might want to participate?
Absolutely.
Or I wasn't sure about the public groups that you set up.
Yes, absolutely. Once we get approval, we do move forward that concept, we will be reaching out to stakeholders for both participation as well as just promoting the event. So.
Okay, we're interested.
Oh, very good, thank you.
Other questions? Charles, do you have any?
No, except to say that it's a miraculous accomplishment that has come so far along, and I have enjoyed the pleasure of being able to use the example of the Wekiva Parkway rather successfully in discussing with FDOT the various other toll roads that have been proposed around the state, and I'm glad that whenever you bring it up and point to it, it has a compelling impact.
I would share that comment in that no matter where I go, especially when we're talking about transportation, somebody, and it's not just because I'm there, but somebody will always bring up the Wekiva Parkway as an example of how things can be done right. We understand that there's still things to be done. We understand it's not perfect. We understand some of our partners haven't done everything they're supposed to do. But compared to what has been done in the past, this has become an example. Talking to Jared Perdue, the Secretary of DOT, he brings up the fact that he would love to see all roads that have some sort of environmental impact, which is all roads, be built more like this. And so it's a wonderful thing. Other questions before I ask mine? Okay. First of all, the River Oaks Circle, this is more of a comment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was there with the current District 5 Secretary, John Tyler, when we were looking at some property that Nancy, you wanted them to give to Seminole County, which they are in the process of doing when we get Seminole Forever. And I saw at least 3 trucks do exactly that. Go into the River Oaks section, just driving in. They didn't mean to. They were just, they were just doing their thing. And, it's a learning process. But that looks like a solution. So thank you. This is another example of when we, in practical application of doing the road, we had an idea, just like the underpasses, and then we realized that that may not be the best idea, and we came up with better. So you guys have been very flexible, and I want to thank you for that. This was flexible. This was a problem that nobody realized was going to happen. But 2 roundabouts, the 3rd roundabout, they thought they did the same thing as the first 2, and they don't. So congratulations on that. I did want you to know that the first time ever, as President of Florida Association of Counties, I made sure we're going to have a conference in September here. It's going to be at Lake Mary, it's going to be at the Marriott and the Westin. We're going to have both. One of the things we're doing is innovative programs, social innovative programs. One of the things we're going to do is, if anybody has not seen it, the DOT headquarters down there off International Drive is incredible. It's the biggest and the best in the state, and you can literally see every road, every problem, and every circumstance in District 5 and beyond. They have bigger screens than some movie theaters there, and they have people that literally, I don't know how many stations, but a lot of stations. And it's something that is unique to this area. To right off of the Wekiva Parkway, they'll certainly have it there. But one of the things that I did want to do when I had 300 county commissioners from all over the state is to get them on that road for a while and one of the buses. now that you're telling me it's the end of the year, I guess we're not going to be able to do that. Is that correct? I just want to make sure. We know we're going to your headquarters. We're going to do that. That's one of the things we're doing with the DOT. What do you call it? It's not headquarters.
RTMC.
R-
Regional Transportation Management Center.
But there would not be a way for us to get onto the Wekiva Parkway at that point, unlike when you and John took me up on there.
We could discuss it internally.
We'll discuss it. Okay, that's all I want to say. But I know that they would like to see how a road can be built like that. Okay, it's not that they want to take anybody off, it's just that they want to make sure that everybody knows. Huh?
We understand.
Yeah, we know. I just want to make sure. All right, anything else? Anybody else would like to comment on any of those things? With that, I appreciate it very much.